What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're all doing well. Oh, it is time once again for an amazing stream. And I've been basically kind of, tipping my hand that this is going to be something I've been wanting to do for a while and decided it's finally time to get around to it, especially since, theoretically, my replacement Elgato is supposed to be showing up tomorrow, and betting it's probably going to last 3 weeks, maybe. I've had bets as, around 2 weeks. I'm betting around 3 since the last one survived barely 2 months. We'll see how it goes. So we're just going to go play emulated Nintendo 64 games. We're going to do some racing games, a whole bunch of different ones. Maybe get some suggestions for some good ones, and see how it rolls. What's up, Ronnie? Welcome to the stream back again. Alright, let's get over the scene. Get Rich Arch. Let's pick our first victim. I don't know, it seems like we should probably do, like, one of the worst Nintendo 64 racing games. Maybe Cruis'n USA. Could do that, might as well. Just got home from work, ordered a bunch of horror movies on Amazon. Sweet. Hopefully good ones. I mean, horror movies are always like a mixed bag anyway. I mean, you never know. Good is subjective a lot of times. I know, window's way too big. Hold on. One size. Two seems better. The hell is going on with Rich March? Alright, let's get in here and change things around. Let's make this game prettier. Wasn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 the one that had Dennis Hopper in it? That was 2, okay. And RetroArch just crashed out. Yeah, we're off to a really amazing start of my stream already. I mean, RetroArch was already screwing up to begin with. Okay, hopefully it saved all that stuff. Should be good. Looks like it probably did. God, OBS just updated and like things don't work quite the way they're supposed to be working. Center screen. Here we go. All right. Bunch of Children of the Corn sequels. Dr. Giggles on Blu-ray. Slaughter High. Wow, that's one I haven't heard in a long time. Intruder and Cannibal Holocaust, the classic. That's right. I remember Vigo being in one of them. That was number 3. Renee Zellweger, Matthew McConaughey. It's amazing, like, all these actors got their starts there on these, like, movies. This game in the arcade was fun, but let me tell you, man, it was like... It was completely busted, the home port. I mean, things were missing from the arcade version, of course, but, yeah, it was just like... You'd have to have one person be a blocker. Like, my brother and I would play. So one person would be a blocker. Basically, they'd be out front. Like, whoever's out front was a blocker. So they basically take the hits because the cars like will suicide right into you. Like you'll see like the oncoming traffic like swerve right into your lane and then like match you like their input region to make sure that they hit you. It's crazy. So then basically you just kind of like leapfrog all the way through. That's funny because they have the girl in the bikini right here. But then they censor the girl at the end, like if you get first place. Like they like literally drew clothes on her. Oh, it's also super twitchy for controls too. Okay, that's break. I believe it was like Cruis'n World that introduced the ability to do like different tricks and stuff. Like if you can still get like a little turbo boost kind of if you double step on the gas. At least it used to, but I think Cruis'n World and Exotica were ones you start doing tricks and popping wheelies and getting turbo boosts, things like that. This game also has like super rubber banding. You think Mario Kart's bad, it's like this is just, it'll be even worse. Yeah, so this girl is actually censored. They drew a t-shirt on her. She's supposed to be in a bikini. So they drew on like a mini skirt and a t-shirt for some whatever reason, but then the girl waving the flag at the start of the race is in the bikini that you're supposed to be seeing here. It doesn't make sense. It's really weird Nintendo censorship. Back when Nintendo was known for censoring their games, and Sony's like, dude, we're gonna put whoever we want on our systems. Now it's the exact opposite. Sony is censoring their crap left and right. Nintendo's like, we'll put whatever we want on there, man. Just do it. We'll put your nudie game on here, sure. It really reminds me of like Road Rash on 3DO. Just like the way the houses are and everything. Expect to see like motorcycles. So I figure we'll play a little bit of this. Maybe Cruis'n World I think is on the 64 as well. Do some San Francisco Rush, maybe some Wave Race, because I mean technically that is a racing game. Yeah, any suggestions out there, I'm sure I'll also take them too, and I'm pretty sure if I open that up for suggestions, someone's going to say Diddy Kong Racing. Which I played, I didn't think it was that great of a game. I know people hold it like super high regard, like as one of the best racing games ever on the 64, and I'm like, For me actually that would be probably like Beetle Racing would be really good, and also F-Zero X. I mean, you can't really beat that game. That is just amazing. Yeah, it's hard to convey. I'm actually playing with a Nintendo 64 controller as well as USB ones, like the $10 Amazon USB controllers you can buy. What the hell is that hitbox? Keep an eye on the replay. Yeah, I was like completely side by it. This game will cheat you. But yeah, so I'm actually using a Nintendo 64 controller, and it's like, this really is super sensitive for the analogs. You have to like barely touch it. I had heard rumors that this like version of the game was rushed, which is kind of funny because the system was delayed for so long.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
I think this is where it like really starts cheating. Just keep in mind, I had like the fastest car in the entire game. I just barely, I was going full speed, barely made that jump. Let's see, it was a replay show. Yep, not even close to it. I swear it widens out your hitbox too. Oh, you know, look at the replay for that one. I just saw that like car just jump, just teleport right in front of me. Yeah, like that. It was like literally that car was trying to hit me, but it hit the car in front of me instead. Which of course still hit me, but yeah, it's like I said, you start seeing the suicidal cars like right there. That car was gunning for me. It's like I'm literally not making this up.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this game is this, you know, it's janky, it's broken, but it is a lot more fun with two people. It really is.
Ready?
Yeah, Redwood Forest, oh god, I remember playing this in the arcade and this was just really hard to do. This is where you'd start like running into major problems. This is just like super narrow roads, you got oncoming traffic, lots of blind turns like this you can't see. So you just wreck out quite often. Or the CPU will still spin you out like that. Not sure who thought that blind turns in a racing game would be a good idea, but here we are. So what Midway did. So, I do own racing wheels for the Nintendo 64. But unfortunately, because I'm supposed to be getting my Elgato tomorrow, but it doesn't look like it's even close to being near Pennsylvania, so who knows when it's going to show up. Because it would have been fun, because I do have this game for my 64. So it would have been kind of fun to actually play these games on the racing wheels, but I don't know, I think emulation's kind of better because you can clean it up, especially with the Nintendo 64. Those games did not really age too well for graphics because all the textures were like 4 kilobytes, which is why everything looked so muddy a lot of times on the Nintendo 64. But of course, emulation, you can up the resolution, make it look a little bit better, a little bit sharper, cleaner, get rid of the fog. It's one of the things I do kind of recommend.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
I'm actually doing a lot better than I thought I would, which is kind of funny. So I was thinking, like, I'm just gonna wreck out and... It's like, we'll just crash out and move on to the next game. It's like, we'll do one more race, I guess. Let me check something real quick. No, okay. It has, like, small amount of, like, letterboxing on the top and bottom here, no matter what you do. It's not a screen size issue.
Ready, set, go!
I think a lot of the ending of this game was censored too, because I remember the arcade, because you race all the way to Washington, D.C., and you end up at the White House, and it's Bill Clinton in a hot tub on top of the White House with like two floozies in there with him, which would be totally Bill Clinton. Yeah, I think they changed it to like some generic-looking, president-looking guy. And I remember, at least in the arcade, also, like, there's like a tunnel in Washington, D.C. you go through. It's lined with $100 bills, but instead it has Hillary Clinton's face on it instead of Benjamin Franklin, so... Non-Americans are like, who? Exactly. Alright, well, this game right here, we're just, you know, doing too well. I think I have the difficulty on the low. Should explain it. Options. Yeah, difficulties on low, that explains it. Okay, cool. So we'll end this game right here. Let's try a different one. Let's see, menu toggle. Close content. Ridiculously small window, I know. Let's try Cruis'n World. I actually had a job interview that involved this game, which was really, really interesting. Because I was set up for it. I applied for, like, to work at an arcade, because I told the guy, like, I know how to... This was, like, when I was 17. I was like, I know how to fix arcade machines and everything else there. And the guy's like, you know, I put that in my resume and stuff. And a friend of mine was actually knew the owner of the arcade. And he just got in, I think it was Cruis'n Exotica, I think it was this one, it was Cruis'n World. The arcade machine was Cruis'n World. He'd just gotten in. And he actually went into the back when I wasn't, you know, I didn't know this here, and messed around with like loosened a couple different things on the board. And, you know, he set it up for free play, and he was letting my friend play, and he let me play it, and all of a sudden I got this error message pop up. I'm like, okay, you wanna, you know, I told him, like, well, definitely want to go through and, you know, he says you just got this machine in, make sure nothing got rattled or one of the boards came loose or one of the plugs in transit, which is very common when you have large machines getting moved around. Just make sure everything's plugged in. Unplug it first, you know, then cycle the power a couple times, make sure you don't get shocked, stay away from the monitor. And I aced his little unknown test, like, perfectly. I was like, well, that's pretty awesome. He's like, well, I can't hire you anyway. It's like, well, what the hell, man? Then why go through this whole charade? Like, I just don't really have the funds to do it. I'm like, well, why are you saying you want to hire people? It's like, well, eventually we will. And then, like, a year and a half later, the arcades kind of went out of business anyway, so it didn't really matter. Let's see, one-time scale. Let's get this game. It looks pretty good already. It's what I like about this core. It already looks pretty decent. Let's see what we can do here with this. Filtered, 720. Upscale to 4. Where is frame rate? Full speed. That should make it look even nicer. Restart. Which I need to like exit out and relaunch the game. Close content. Ridiculously small window. Run. That's better. Rumble packs are used. Insert them in the controllers. No rumble packs for me.
Cruising the world. Yeah, yeah. You've got the speed. You've got the power. To cruise the world. You've got the speed. You've got
Accelerate, brake. Horn is Z. Interesting, okay.
You've got the speed. You've got the power. To cruise the world. You've got the speed. You've got the power. To cruise the world. Choose your car. You've got the speed.
I love like an ATV goes faster than like a Ferrari look like.
You've got the speed. You've got the power. To cruise the world.
Yes, I played this in the arcade one time only. And already the game's suicidal after me. This is perfect. It is still just as touchy.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, this is the one you double tap on the gas, you can get like a little boost. Which doesn't really matter because the computer just rubber bands instantly to match you, so. Hey, Fico, what's up? Yeah, this is a game I played in the arcade one time. It was like part of a secret job interview, it turned out to be. It's kind of funny. I have not played it since, but I remember the underwater park here looking a lot neater, a lot more interesting. Yeah, because like Cruis'n World or Cruis'n USA, the first game is like super janky, super buggy and rubber bandish, and this seems to be even worse, which is impressive. Yeah, first race done. All right. So I figure we'll play some of the Cruis'n games like I'm doing right now. Do some San Francisco Rush. If anyone has some racing games to suggest, by all means do it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong Racing if somebody recommends that. I'm pretty sure almost everybody does whenever racing games come up. They're like, dude, Diddy Kong Racing. I'm like, it's not that bad of a game. It's not that great. That's right, you can also do tricks as well, which would get you like points, like get you like timer added on and not much else.
Checkpoint. Hurry up. Checkpoint.
I don't know whose bright idea was it, like, we're gonna have blind turns in our racing game. Used to play a lot of racing games, arcades in the 90s. Yeah, there's some great games, a lot of great racers in the 90s, the arcades. The only names the games are arcade exclusive, super fun to play. We had like these ones here, like the Cruis'n series were the big ones. Hydro Thunder was a big one in the States, but that actually came out on the Dreamcast. Remember that kind of port that looked really good? It also came on the 64 as well, I think. And I think there was also an arcade version of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Pardon me, my brother had that on PC, so...
Ready, set, go. Checkpoint.
I can be.
Checkpoint.
I think if I try to drift, it goes on 2 wheels. Yeah, like that. It's like super uncontrollable though. Like most of this game, really. Physics, what are they? Who knows? Not the programmers for this game for sure. That just locked me going straight.
Hurry up.
Kind of. I'm trying to think, like, where have I heard this before? Well, enough of this game already. Well, that was fast. Close content. Let's see what else we got. Gotta love RetroArch. We're gonna keep screwing around with your window size every single time you exit out of a game. Let's get rid of San Francisco Rush. It was weird because this was like based on like San Francisco Rush, like the Alcatraz edition, and the Alcatraz course is in this game, but you have to put in a code to unlock it. It's really kind of a weird choice. Options. Frame rate full speed. That up. 4 times upscaling. I just can't remember being pretty loud on the television. I mean, it seems like it's kind of loud in my ears. Let me turn down my headset volume a little bit. Alright, let's see. Setup. Wrong button. Options. Extreme fog! I want to see nothing! Okay, that's good enough. Controls, what are they? Gas brake. Up, down, don't really do it. Abort, that's a really big one, because you are going to crash quite a lot in this game. Oh, and there goes my hands. Drop my controller. Okay, let's try one race, because it seems like we just like, oh yeah, just... Here we go. Yeah, so there's an Alcatraz course in here, but for whatever reason, they locked it out. I don't know why. I mean, you can put in a code to get to it, but... It didn't seem like it was unfinished or anything. It's kind of an odd choice. Oh, this is not displaying correctly.
It's dangerous! 3, 2, 1, rush!
I don't know why, because I mean, it was in the arcades and no one really minded. You know, it wasn't like this big thing there. I mean, I don't know, Nintendo was weird back in the day. It could have been FICO. It really might have been. I really don't know. Maybe there was bugs, maybe they didn't get the time to test it for whatever reason, but I mean, it was one of the tracks in the original arcade game. I mean, you could select everything like you can now, like I was just able to. But for whatever reason, they just locked it out. So there are shortcuts to this game, of course, which makes it, you know, a lot more interesting. This car really doesn't turn too well. And having been to San Francisco, I can tell you, not enough hills. Not nearly enough hills. got a hood view, that's kind of cool. Didn't see that too often for racing game views. On the home market, at least. I'll have to look up the code to see how I can get into the prison or the Alcatraz level just for fun, because I mean, it's been years since I've done it. I remember the sequel, Rush 2, had like a stunt mode, which was a lot of fun to kind of mess around with. It's like a closed off arena, you had like 10 minutes to give yourself. Well, that's just heavy rubber banding right there. But basically you're trying to like complete kind of like almost like a Tony Hawk with cars. It's kind of interesting. Just the premise of it. Because everything was trying to copy that whole series almost. Here comes the rubber band. Is it gonna pull out in front of me right at the last second? Maybe? Nope. Almost. It was just about to. Alright, so let's see.
Start with a C. Start with a G. Start with a Z. Nothing nasty.
I can put a full name in this. Alright, let's see. N64, Rush. Alcatraz code.
That's how you spell it.
Oh, game facts, here we go. Oh, let's see. Cheat CC, that might be better.
What's your name?
Oh my god.
That's your name.
Oh, it's a real simple password you have to put in. It's not hard, not long, it's not complicated. Just gotta enter that, literally. I didn't just smash my face into the keyboard. Real simple. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. So where do I even go to put this in? Oh, this is brutal. I just should have read the entire thing. Use the following steps to unlock the bonus track. First, complete an entire circuit and save it to a memory card, which I do have. If I had my Elgato, I do have the memory card that has a save of this. To save time and completing circuit, enter the following password. Start the race, drive very slowly to allow time to expire. Okay. Circuit, just play, enter code. Here we go. Oh boy, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna get stupid. All right. Especially because I'm dyslexic. Now, imagine, okay, right now this is like being upscaled. It's clear to see. I can tell you, on an old CRT television at 240p, this looked it was very hard to tell what was what, like a D as in Delta versus a Q or a 0. It was a nightmare to write down codes for this game. 8D P5 KG5L How's the original stream? Well, he put in this ridiculously long code. 4G59P. Yeah, it's one line down. Yeah, usually we get codes like this. It's basically like modifying RAM states. But this isn't even hex or anything, so I don't even know what in the world this is all about. Hoping that's a 0. Yeah. So 8DP5 KG5L 4G59P. Now, there is a thing though. Small number of cartridges use an alternate password scheme, which would be this code. Oh my god. Oh. Why am I doing this? $90Q6 LH 6M 5H $6 U. That's one line down. Yes, now you my final form. Once you get this in, put in another 7 different codes. It's like, I don't have enough alcohol for this, I'm sorry. I mean, I got plenty of drugs, but I'm not supposed to take more than I'm supposed to be prescribed, so... Go to my pain doc, like, where's the rest of your medications? Like, why did you run out in one day? It's like, well, there's a stream you can watch where I attempt to put in the codes for this old game. And, things, just kind of went off track. You'd be like, oh, I completely understand. Here's some more drugs. Haha! Alright. Alright, so what you do is you sit here and just let everything run out. Excuse me, cars? No, wrong. I'm gonna go the wrong way, you can't stop me. We're gonna make this interesting if I have to kill time. So whoever raced with this code has it set up for manual transmission. Okay, so that's the problem. That's why you need like sit still, because like every single time it warps you forward, it's bringing you to a checkpoint, which adds time. Talk, I need more drugs because I'm hallucinating codes. It's like, I mean, clearly, look what I went through for the sake of entertainment for people halfway around the world. Not do it again because you guys are awesome. And gals. Oh yeah, I have it. I have a copy of this. I bought it. It was the game to play, my friend. Okay, start game, choose one race option, just play. Select a track. Car selection screen will appear. Hold C left and hold Z. Press both buttons and press left. Setup. Press A. Hold C up. Hold Z at the screen. Up. There we go. So this is Alcatraz, the most convoluted setup I've ever had to go through to get something to work. Oh my god, yeah, so once you've done this, you can save this on your memory card, which is exactly what I did. But you can see it doesn't look like it's quite... Maybe it is finished. I mean, these textures aren't really that great.
It's dangerous!
So this is the Alcatraz course. This was in the arcade version. I don't think MAME plays this correctly still. I'm not sure. I don't have the latest version of MAME. I don't know how to update my ROM sets, so... See ya! I'm not going the wrong way, I'm going the right way. I'm going home. My planet needs me. Yeah, that's why the abort button comes in really handy. Because like when you're flying out into like Oblivion or you know you're gonna crash and die, just hit the button, restart, get back in the race as fast as you can. Played the arcade version of 2040. Oh, this is very janky. Okay, physics here not complete. Yeah, that's the problem with this right here. It's like, oh, okay. Steering's a little wonky on that wall, but yeah, I saw that like shortcut a little too late. I played the sequel to this. Rush 2 was a, to my knowledge, Nintendo 64 release only. Then there was Rush 2049. I did play that in the arcade. That was fun. Excuse me. Yeah, as you can see, like, graphics are a little bit janky. So apparently this wasn't finished, which is really bizarre because, like I said, in the arcade version you had 7 tracks you could pick from, and this was one of them. It's like, why wasn't this finished like the rest of the game was? It's like, what was the thinking behind that? So yeah, it's like they buried it in there. I know there's also, I think there's a Game Shark code you can put in, but I have problems trying to get Game Shark codes to work with RetroArch. I'm not sure how to do it. I'll have to like sit down and figure it out one of these days. Because it takes like a certain format you have to put in to get it to work. But yeah, so this track was not finished. Like I said, it's just truly bizarre. It's like if you have a Mario Kart game where they didn't finish Rainbow Road and locked it off. It's like, it's a Mario Kart game. There's always a Rainbow Road. Why wouldn't you have that? Or F-Zero, like F-Zero GX for the GameCube. There's the arcade version I played once called F-Zero AX. That version's actually in the GameCube, but they locked it out entirely. So if you put in the code, you can play the full arcade version, which is slightly easier than the hardcore Insano story mode they had in that game. And what makes it even weirder is that the Alcatraz course I'm playing right now is like a beginner course. So, like, they didn't finish the easiest, one of the easier courses, and they just locked it away. It's a gaming mystery. If I was like one of Matt McMuscle's Patreons, I'd like, hey dude, look into this. Make an entire video about this, and he'll laugh at me and go, no. I'm refunding your Patreon, you're stupid. Yeah, car's a little light here right now. And airborne, but I'm in first place. Up here comes a car. It's a little pong square on the left. And I blew it. And I blew it right at the finish. Oh well. So I'm definitely gonna save this, so it's like, if I ever play this again for whatever crazy reason in the future, I don't have to do that insane code anymore. Fico, my friend, do you have a racing game to suggest for Nintendo 64? Could be F-Zero X, Wave Race. Never played races on the Nintendo 64. Dude, what? You had a F-Zero for sure? F-Zero's a good one. I mean, F-Zero X, you cannot really screw up too bad. Close content. Because a small window. See if I can just get there from here. Probably not. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Sweet. This, I think I've gotten it working once because there was a 64DD add-on, disk drive add-on. What's my core association? Not MooPen, we want to do Parallel. But you could actually, with the 64DD drive, make your own tracks, which is pretty sweet for this game. Okay, looks like I've already screwed with this one. That's perfect. I like that. But you had to have like a Japanese copy of the game because the Nintendo 64 DD never released in the United States. It was Japan only, and it bombed horrifically because they just kept being delayed over and over and over. So you have to have a Japanese copy of the game along with the DD game. But then you could create your own. I mean, it has its own track editor, and you can create your own tracks and save them. It's pretty cool. And apparently, in the North American ROM, like the Kart like this, actually has hooks in there for 64DD that just never came out. center screen. Here we go. This game is amazing, though. Pretty sure I bought this game, like, not really realizing, like, that it was coming out, what it was going to be like. I was like, oh yeah, F-Zero, that was a Super Nintendo game. Here it is for Nintendo 64, let's play it. It's just like, oh wow, this is actually a really awesome game. Do I have everything unlocked on this? I'm not sure. Yes, I have all the cars. Okay, good. This is like, I think, the only Nintendo 64 game that runs 60 frames per second. Oh yeah, you and Nimix. I mean, Nimix did the task for F-Zero. I think I have this one in the box. Yeah, I have F-Zero in box for the Super Nintendo. Not the 64, unfortunately. It makes me sad that I got rid of that. Okay, so I've played before, I got the F-Zero Jack Cup. We'll play this still, though. Drop my headset volume a little bit. But yeah, this game, if you haven't played on the 64, this is a lot of fun to do. You're like, well, it runs 60 frames per second, but it's like super simplistic graphics. I'm like, but it's still 60 frames a second. It's not an emulation thing. This game runs like this on the actual hardware. I was so disappointed by F-Zero GX, like, for the GameCube, because it was just so ridiculously hard. It's like, you get to, like, you fight, you get to the second race, and you just get crushed. It was like an unnecessarily hard game, and I don't know why they designed it to be that way. Rubber banding! In effect! Keep in mind, I also have the fastest car in the game. The next track was one my brother and I were just like trying to get the fastest times on. It has a unique quirk with how it's set up because it's just like a simple oval. If I'm remembering the level layout correctly, the next one. It's a simple oval track, like a speed track, but you're not on the inside of it, you're on the outside. So you can go so fast you lose gravity from the track and go flying off and explode. You can actually go too fast on that track, which is insane. Yeah, this is the one. So it looks like, oh, simple track. Like you're just gonna be on the inside racing like you would, like a real car would. Like on a racetrack like this, you take the inside banking turns, and this one you're on the outside of it. So you gotta be real careful. There's also a spin attack move, I don't remember how to do it. Okay, I think you can press both buttons together, yeah. So you can actually explode other racers, take them out of the fight, out of the race. Of course, I'm messing it up now. I'm not sure how to do the move. I thought I did. Apparently not. And I believe also the final cup for this game, I can't remember. Let me see if I can. No, I can't back out of this. There's like, I think there's 5 different cups if I remember correctly. Let's see, my memory's terrible. I just saw it a couple seconds ago. I'm still blanking on it. It's a circuit. It's like 5 races, but it's all randomly generated tracks. And you get some really crazy stuff going on too. So I mean, this game is just, it's so much value. You get so much out of it. Oh yes, the pipe. Took somebody out.
Watch your back! Yeah! Look right on left!
Yeah, that was terrible. It was like spending too much time trying to like bump people off. Which you can do, but you go slower. That's the downside. Let's see. Let me Google this. F0X to spin attack. Side attacks performed by pressing the Z or R buttons 2 times in a row, depending which direction you wish to attack. Vehicle code itself with a red outline if attack's been executed properly, which I can't see because I'm colorblind. This will increase the speed and regain control of the vehicle. Okay. So apparently double tapping one of the buttons will do it, Z or R. So that's just like a side attack. Somebody's right next to you on the left or right. Spin move. Hold the trigger down. Trigger button contrary to desired spinning directions. If I want to spin to the right, I hold down the left. Then double pressing the other trigger. So if I want to spin attack to the right, I hold down the left trigger, double trap the right trigger, like the R button. It's kind of convoluted. You lose your speed, but it can like one-hit people out of it. I remember as a kid saying these games are so much faster than normal racing games, blew them right away. I found out you go 1,000+ kilometers per hour exactly. It's like, you're going how fast? What? Oh, that was not good. Oh geez, right into the wall. Yeah, so this car is not really built for this track. I was like, oh, it's the fastest one. Why didn't I play with this one before? You kind of slide to get going too fast. So now I'm just dropping down. I was first, still in second. I don't think I can recover. I think this is the last one. This one, I think, is just almost nothing but an entire cylinder. So there's lots of places you can... Like, if you're on the outside of a turn going through, you'll actually take the longer way. You want to be kind of the inside, constantly where you're weaving and ducking through. There's boost pads all over the place, like the zoom you along, which can actually make you go too fast and go flying right off the course again. Yeah, this game gets pretty wild, which is fun. Let's see, let me turn on my notifications. I don't think Carmen's going to be talking to me tonight, but... she's always welcome to. Alright, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Whoa. Yeah, right there, I almost lost it. Pinballing around. Now, speedruns of this game get, like, really cool. Oh, jeez. I think this is one you can, like, damage boost on. And, like, you just get, like, insane speeds to keep bouncing off the walls. You can do flying around. I know F-Zero GX does that, too. Let's tone down the max speed a little bit. So speaking of, like, you know, F-Zero GX, which is the GameCube one, I need to pull out my Wii U and modify it. So I want to be able to play, like, GameCube games. Because actually, it's like, it's, you know, little known secrets that the Wii U has a Wii in it already. And the Wii is also backwards compatible with the GameCube. So you can actually, if you modify your soft mod your Wii U, you can play GameCube games in your system. You can just pop them in and away you go. I think you still need to get the adapter, like that they were selling for Smash Brothers, so you can plug in your GameCube controllers, but then you're still fine. So if I can do that, and if it's not too hard to understand, I want to do it to Carmen's Wii U, because So that way she can have more options to play her GameCube games, because she loves Mario Kart Double Dash. That is her game. That is her jam. Now I'm just trying to get through the circuit. I'm like, I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna get first place anymore. We'll see what I can do. Yeah, so you can like soft mod your Wii U. What you need to do is like, it's kind of crazy. You need to buy a game, a DS game. The cheapest one I think is Brain Age for like $7. You buy a legit copy of the game. For whatever reason, as an exploit, they've never really patched out. And then you just load in your SD card, and you can load in Hack-Chi. And then you can put in whatever you want. You can put in Super Nintendo emulators, Nintendo 64. You can unlock it so you can play GameCube games. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff with the Wii U. It is like the ultimate friendly one. Okay, so I came in 5th place, but somehow I'm number 1 for the total ranking. I don't understand if that makes sense, because I haven't come in 1st place in the last 3 races. I'll take it. I mean, I'm not going to question it too much. Let's see, how long is my delay? Also, let me know if you're getting ads or anything. I am not running ads, but Twitch is doing like midstream ads, so if you get anything like that, please let me know. If anyone's lurking, if you get an ad coming across your screen, please let me know. I definitely want to know so that I can kind of keep track of it and see what the interval for that is. Because if I know if it's like every single like 30 minutes or something like that they run an ad against my will, then I don't get ad revenue for. If you're a partner, you get it, but for affiliates, I've never seen ad revenue whatsoever. But yeah. Because if it's like every 30 minutes, I can pause, and I know it's going to come up there, pause it, because you don't miss anything. Alright, let's do this. I don't remember this track at all. It'll be fun. Well, that's right, there's ice, which somehow affects you as a hover car that you're not touching.
You got boost power! Watch your back!
Whoa. Okay, I just like went from 1,300 kilometers per hour to like 700.
Yeah! Go right on fire! Watch your back! Watch your back! Watch your back! Finish!
How am I still first? This makes no sense. I win. I haven't come in first place in any, like the last, I think like the first 2 races I got first, maybe? Yeah, the pink car on the right, that's what I used to race. That was my car in like the original F-Zero. That was the one I used to play as a lot. I think my brother was like Captain Falcon, but I always chose that pink car on the right. I think it's pink. "2D cutout, sprite for the driver." Want some of this Falcon? I'm right here. Big black bull, baby. Yeah, so I think it was standard. Yeah, I'm gonna go into it here. Yeah, the X Cup. This one is nothing but randomly generated tracks, and you unlock it. I believe you unlocked it once you went through and got through all the rest of them. I want to think. I'm not sure. I think I must have put in a code to unlock everything. It's like this one's just like whatever. It's like we're gonna randomly generate something. We don't have a layout for you. Let's see what's a decent car. Yeah, we'll go with this. We'll go with the classic. So this is just randomly made up right now by the Nintendo 64. It's like, sure, just this is your track. Go for it. Sometimes you can get, oh, this is gonna be, yeah. Instantly wrecked. Oh, that's a new speed run. Is it gonna give me the same track? I doubt it. No, it's the same track. Okay, cool. Okay, objective. Do not fall out of the half pipe. Failing. Almost. And dead. Alright, so let's quit. Let's see what it gives me if I go back in and try another one. Alright, let's see what this track is. And I hit nobody. Alright, I'm doing great. Last place. Just want to take out cars. If anyone's lurking and wants to recommend a racing game for the Nintendo 64, let me know. Just type in the chat. If you want to go back to lurking right after you do that, that's perfectly fine too. Not a guarantee that I'll play the game, but I'm looking for suggestions. But there's quite a lot of different racing games for the system. Surprising amount. So I think like when you think Nintendo 64, your mind doesn't automatically go to racing games, but there was quite a few of them. This has got a wicked left-hand turn. No speed boosts here. Oh, there's one. Okay. Oh, and off I go. Alright, let's pick up a different game here. We went through and did a circuit already. Close content. Window a little bit bigger for me. Let's see, what am I thinking here? I love this game. This is actually a fighting game, but it's based on points, which is kind of unique. Pardon me, that's the worst box I've ever seen, just about. But it's based on points, so like you get 3 points for a throw, I think like 1 for a knock out of the ring and stuff like that. So you want to get to like 7 points, so you want to kind of strategize your attack. Let's see, Beetle Racing. I remember being Beetle Adventure Racing. It seems like, oh, that's just a tie-in for, you know, for the Beetle cars, which were coming back at the time. It kind of true, but at the same time, I remember being a decent racing game of all things. It was kind of surprising. It's like, wow, because I remember we rented it. I don't think we owned this. I remember renting it. What's the core? I know the window's too big. Just hang tight. Gotta do this for every single game I do. Let's see. Resolution, crank that to 700. Frame rate, full speed. Upscale by 4. Save the options. Close content. Run content, and then you can resize the window to like 1x scale. Stretch it out a little bit more. There we go. Why doesn't it have a game pack in there? EA, before they were like, it's kind of funny, but think back, like EA games, well, that is not running the right speed. It's funny to think that like EA games used to be like really good developer, and then it just became like the total scumbags of the industry, just about them and Ubisoft.
Welcome. Options.
Shift up, camera, horn. I don't know why they give you a horn, it's always funny. Handbrake, so you can drift, gas brake, steer.
One player. Championship.
Well, this one, it's not too hard. I mean, I know this one's kind of like buggy for the core, but it also gives you the most options for like upscaling, and that's why I kind of use it. This is like the Paralee. I believe the core is here. Yeah, the Paralee N64 core is pretty close to what's in Project 64's emulator. So they have ones now that are like super accurate, which has like all the graphics looking like super blurry and low textured. And you can get that way, but I want to have something that looks a little bit nicer at least, so I'm willing to put up some bugs, hopefully.
On this circuit.
Some games look better than others. That 3-second bass loop. Car.
Nice wheels.
What was it there? Up or down changes color. I'm colorblind anyway. Yeah, I can see that.
Welcome to Coventry Cove.
Yeah, RetroArch has gotten a lot better throughout the years. I mean, it used to be like a real nightmare. Just even like to set up your... Even like set up your controls was like total hassle. You'd have like 5 different entries and you didn't know what it was, and now it's just like press whatever button you want to be A, B, X, Y. It recognizes that I have a third-party Nintendo 64 USB controller plugged in and automatically set that up. Whereas before in the past, you'd have to go through and set that up yourself, and that was a pain in the butt. So it's gotten better. It keeps getting better and better. And it turns down to my headset volume, so here we go. Yeah, this game never ran 60. This is emulation, making it way better than it should ever be. It's kind of like funny, like when people, like I've seen them stream emulated copies of Stunt Race FX for the Super Nintendo. And they're like, I don't know why people like said this game looks bad. It's really good, but it's like it's running 60 frames per second when the actual like game itself runs like 10 frames a second if you're lucky. It's like I own that game. I have that cart. It's like the emulator is just like really kicking butt. Remember, I also have, I'm not sure if I still have it, like Lotus Challenge. And I remember like the steering on that game being like super twitchy if you were playing with the controller. But if you were using one of the racing wheels that I have, it wasn't too bad. And this car does not really want to turn to save its life. This is all these shortcuts I'm just completely missing. There's also, I think it seemed to remember like a rally game too, for the Nintendo 64. I remember having a lot of fun with that. To try that out, I can't remember what it is. I'll have to see if I can Google it real fast. Yeah, I was like, I know there's a tunnel over there, can't get to it. Oh, barely made that jump. And make that turn. Oh man, that emergency brake just instantly turns you sideways. The handbrake. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, probably not the best to be messing with that. Except for I must go over here and see what this is. Somehow I'm still in first. I don't know why. Okay, so this is the downside, I remember this game, is that it's got ridiculously long laps. I mean, these races are like not short. But it's a fairly competent racing game though. I mean, it's not the worst. Screw you in there, buddy. Like, I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, friend. Why am I driving Hitler's car? Yeah, Hitler's death car. Eh. Someone's got to do it. What's up, Hold Your Fire? Good to see you. If you have a Nintendo 64 racing game you'd like to suggest, by all means. Snowboard Kids. Ooh, I don't think I've ever played that one. So far I've done the Cruis'n USA, Cruis'n World, San Francisco Rush, which required me, which I went through and put in the code to unlock the Alcatraz level, which is actually unfinished, which is really bizarre because I went to rant on that earlier, because in the arcade, that was like a standard level. There's like 7 levels for you to pick in the arcade version of San Francisco Rush, and in the home version you only have 6, and they locked it off because the Alcatraz level wasn't done. But it's like, how do you have a game where like the Alcatraz level is the namesake of the game, everyone knows it was called San Francisco Rush Alcatraz Edition, and not have that level done? It's like, we're gonna make a Mario Kart game, but we're not going to have Rainbow Road finished. We're going to lock it behind this crazy-ass code. Like, literally... Is this the one here? No, this is the one. I had to put in this beautiful code for San Francisco Rush. That's half of it, and then this really convoluted, like, multiple steps to, like, confirm, like, go into the sound menu and press and hold these two buttons and let go, then hit this direction, then back out by hitting this button once, and then going, then go upstairs, punch your grandmother, do the hokey pokey, but only half of it, because it's not always what it's all about. Go downstairs, kiss your dog, press up C. It's like, oh my god. So finally got it unlocked. It was just like nightmare. Alright, we'll do one more race on this, and then we'll do Snowboard Kids. Like I said, I want to just point out that this game is running... There's only one game that ran 60 frames per second on the Nintendo 64, and that was F-Zero X, which I just played. This is emulation just kicking its butt because I set the frame rate to full. The actual game controls, it's not bad. It's a 30 frames per second game, but it does not look and run this well.
You're still in the game.
I can promise you that.
Mount Mayhem. Get ready.
Weird glitches.
Go.
Yeah, it just seems to be an emulator's not too much of a fan of this level, apparently. And away I go sliding. Yeah, we're just gonna get out of this level here. We're just gonna abandon this right now. Menu toggle, close content, bring on the small window. Snowboard Kids. Gasp. Oh god, this is a it was called Deadly Arts in the United States, but this is a fighting game that's just, it's not good. There's no nice way to put it. The funny thing about the Nintendo 64 is you mentioned that game, and I can guarantee for a lot of people, racing games do not come to mind. Or me. You know, like Nintendo 64, oh yeah, racing games. Not really. Whoa, wrong button. Wrong direction there. Snowboard Kids. Sin and Punishment. Kind of a boring game, to be honest. Oh, look! It's a game that Nintendo can't stop remaking. Alright, let's get to the actual game. Snowboard Kids, here we go. We're going to run. Yep, they made a sequel, apparently. We're going to do Parallel, which is the core I've been using all night. Which basically allows you to make things look super awesome. Way better than the Nintendo 64 was ever capable of doing. But as you can see, sometimes you get weird garbage. But we're going to upscale this to 4. I know things aren't right now. It's fine. We're going to fix it in a second. And frame rate, we'll put on full speed, see how that handles it. Close content. Run again. Then resize your window. Now, this game I've heard the name, but I've never played it. I played 1080, was it 1080 Snowboarding? I think I even have the GameCube sequel in my collection. Friend had it. Cool. Yeah, because a lot of these games I remember playing, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember renting this one. Let's see. 1080 Avalanche. I do have it for the GameCube. I had to pull up my VG Collect and take a look. It's a racing game without brakes. Of course, you're on a snowboard. Well, actually, you can brake. You just gotta turn sharply like you were like on skis. Oh, I miss snowboarding and skiing. When moving the joystick, the player will move there. No kidding. Bottom left, bottom right, a lot of sharp turns. Okay, so this is analog sensitive for slowing down. Pressing A, you can jump. Yeah, if you can... That's your jump, okay. Yeah, if you can skateboard, you can snowboard. It's not too much of a difference. But I did enjoy skiing a lot better, a lot more. But I mean, with my back the way it is now, no way in hell I'd ever get on on a mountain again like that for skiing unless I absolutely had to. And the other thing I'm wondering about too is like my knees. I need to get my knees replaced sometime in the next 5 years or so because they're going pretty bad. So like I just couldn't think like going over all the bumps and stuff would just probably kill me. Tricks are moves that look cool. Do they do anything? Get money for doing tricks. Hold down A, move one direction, release A. Say left side and go. Okay. Okay. Neat. Sweet, you can mess it up. Okay. So I don't think there's anything else. It's just like, you can do tricks. Special moves. You can't grab your board. Hold down. Hold A down, then left and right. And hold, release A. What? Okay, so left and right, then hold the direction, I'm guessing? Nope, that's fine. Don't care about the special. We're just gonna jump into a race here. It doesn't seem like there's anything else here. One player. I can't save. But I want to save. Yeah. I'm using a USB Nintendo 64 controller. The $10 Amazon knockoff. It's funny because there's like the part where you put the rumble pack. Actually, I have a No, I don't have a rumble pack next to me. I think I know where one is though. But I do have a memory card. It fits in there, but there's no hardware to like. Oh god, it's stuck. No, it's not. There's nothing in there to latch it down. There's no internals to use it, which is kind of sad. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, there's no interface for it for the PC. We'll go with the all-rounder slash Nancy, Jam, Linda, Tommy. Oh gosh, I think I have this game. It's Tommy Moe's Snowboarding and Skiing. I think if I played it now, my eyeballs would explode because of like how white and bright it is. But that was a downhill skiing game. I remember having like a lot of fun with it. I think I still have it on my collection. Yeah, Tommy Moe's Winter Extreme Skiing and Snowboarding. It was pretty fast, but good lord. Yeah. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen, I'm not surprised. It's kind of surprising to hear that he died, but when you hear that like he's had multiple cancers and he keeps smoking all the way through it, he just wouldn't stop. It's like, dude, he brought it on himself. So yes, the world lost a great guitar player, but it's like at the same time he did it. He just wouldn't stop. They took out like half his tongue and he's like, no, I'm gonna keep smoking. It's like, stop. Battle race, head for the goal, collecting items, skill game. Time attack, board shoe? I think it's shop. Oh yeah, I saw a video that like people going down in Death Stranding, like going on top of the tallest mountain and just going all over the place. It's really impressive what they can do in that. I've also seen people do the same thing in like Breath of the Wild, like getting through an absurd amount of the map just like shield surfing. It's like, how? Speed game sounds most interesting. But of course, it's really funny to see a person try like Snowboard and Death Stranding, and they have cargo and they fall and they just like keep falling forever. Like their cargo's like kilometers behind them and they're just, you know, half alive. I'm betting all my structures are probably all gone in Death Stranding now. I had like when I beat the game, I had a fully set up zipline system. I could go anywhere on the map and deliver anything through zip lines. I didn't even have to touch the ground. I just like go out of my Amazon shipping center, my delivery center, get on the zip line and just go right to the objective.
All around.
So a lot of options just to get into a game to go. It's like,
Oh. Yay! Ow.
okay, cool. So I was wondering if you hold down like A, if you go faster because you're crouching, but it locks you in on that direction. It's like you are going forward. I am trying to turn. The game's like, no. We are having none of this. You actually have worse turning than a real snowboard. It's like I'm holding like straight, hard right, like down right, like it says like, okay, you know, cut in on it. Like the down left to make a sharper left turn or right. It's like none of this. Well, it's one of the things like when you're a kid. Yeah, it's one of the things when you're a kid at the time you can play games like that, and then you play them later. You're like, what was I thinking? And that could very well be this game. I mean, it's just preferences and game tastes change. You know, you may have gotten used to this exactly how it handles, and you probably could have been a master at it. It's like when I played GoldenEye 007. I finally understood why people said it wasn't that good of a game. It's like when you get into it, like the later on, and you have like all these crazy, like almost RNG sections just to get past it because it's throwing infinite waves of enemies at you. That wouldn't stand for today, but it's like, how did I get past this? You know, it's speedrun this to get the cheats, all the cheats unlocked when I was a teenager. It's like, okay. We can also try 1080p, or not 1080p, we can do 1080 as well if you want.
Ready?
See how we do this.
Go!
So I have to...
Ow!
Okay, Z! Alright. Or Z! Fires it.
Ready? Go!
Oh, it's gonna be a completely different game, I know for sure. That's gonna be like night and day. Yeah, turning in this game is kind of a suggestion, really. Turn tricks in a kid's game. Oh, shame on Nintendo.
All around.
$20, I make you holler.
Go! Yeah! Ready? Go! Yeah!
It's like, you can barely turn to start with. Wow. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, turning just does not want to function in this game. Is there a better board I can buy?
Welcome.
Yeah, so I'm already using the all-around board. I can't imagine one where you have even worse, like, control. It just seems like that wouldn't be a thing.
Come again.
But damn it, we're gonna do it.
Alpine.
Big Snowman.
Ready? Go!
Wait, why are they all going out in front of me? What? How? I demand answers. Surprisingly, I actually have a little more control with this board. It's like, it's harder to control. I'm like, are you sure about that? I seem to be doing a little bit better. I can actually turn left and right now. Yeah, but there's like nothing to press to go though. I mean, it's not like you'd hit, like, there's no acceleration button on this. You just automatically go forward. Holding up doesn't do anything. So it's not like an F-Zero game or something like that if you hold down and do something else. Good trick. I'm glad we did that. Totally worth it. Yeah, so go figure. The board that's supposed to be harder to control gives you slightly more function. Not quite. Spoke too soon. Gosh, so there was an arcade game I remember. I think it was Alpine Skier, I think it was called, actually. And it was like you'd actually stand on a pair of skis and like you'd be like moving back and forth. It's kind of fun. I think it can be emulated now, but wouldn't have the same effect. Actually, the arcade game I really want to play lately is Street Fighter 3. Second Impact. It's kind of funny, like the old Street Fighter games are getting like more respect when they didn't get respect at all for years. Now, like Street Fighter 3's Second Impact was like almost like nobody played it. What? Wow, you have to go there to end the race? To go back up to do another lap. Oh my god, wow. Okay, that was the thing. But yeah, it's like Street Fighter 3 just was not well received. I mean, it took like until finally Third Strike came out that people started to like really appreciate it. You're on a snowboard, you can't go reverse. You can just switch your stance, that's all you have to do. But it's like, it's really weird. It's like, it came out like there wasn't any dashes, and then parrying was a little wonky. Ibuki was broken as hell. Like, you have like her standing roundhouse, her standing neutral hard kick was an infinite. You could just like go, you could launch them with it and then just like keep juggling them to death. It was crazy. So then Second Impact came out where they made a little more changes, added some other characters, EX moves. Sean had a glitch where you could actually, like, if you held back or forward and then start hitting one of the attack buttons, like medium punch or strong punch, heavy punch, he would gain meter twice as fast, and he was ridiculously good. He was broken. He was top tier. And then Third Strike came out where they made it like, okay, here's dedicated throw buttons. Here's a dedicated overhead function, because before you had to like double tap down and like medium punch to do an overhead. It was really kind of weird. Got rid of some of the infinites that they were able to find, like, but so Sean just got nerfed to hell and back. They just like overcorrected him. Like, he was godlike in Second Impact. We're gonna make him the worst character ever. We're gonna make him like Dan. But like, even Dan is better. And even then, like, Third Strike didn't really catch on with people. Like, in the States, it was kind of weird. It's like, it wasn't until like pretty much like Evo Moment 37, I think it's called, where like Justin Wong just gets like parried constantly by Daigo. And that's when they got people like kind of interested in the game, because like almost nobody played Third Strike. It was like, and that's when they kind of realized, like, Americans realized, like, oh, there's actually mechanics here. Because, I mean, it was before YouTube. So people didn't have a lot of videos to watch the Japanese players do to see how they were playing the game. And we picked up a lot of their techniques from them. So the game kind of, like, it was dead for, like, 5 years. And then people started to go, hey, wait a minute. This is actually not that bad of a series. It was like... Meanwhile, my brother and I had, like, I have Double Impact, which is Street Fighter 3 and Second Impact for the Dreamcast, and we've been playing that, like, since day one it came out. So we've been playing it for years, and then people finally caught on, like, hey, wait a minute, Street Fighter 3 games aren't too bad. We're like, yes, we know, welcome. Alright, let's try some 1080p real quick, just to play a different snowboarding game. Then I'm gonna pick a different game. Close content. Ridiculously small window for ants. This is actually never released. Let's see. Core information. Parallel again. Gigante. No. Menu toggle. I gotta do this every single time. I think there's a way I can set up actually options for cores. So, like, whenever you pick this core, it'll automatically apply these across the board. So I have to keep manually changing it every single time. Tommy Hilfiger. Oh, I don't think it likes his core very much. Yeah, so basically, because, like, Tommy Hilfiger is in this game, you know, sponsored the game, so to speak, it has to, they would have had to remove it when they did, like, a reissuing of the game, because I remember this being on Virtual Console. At least it's not rap rock, you know? This may have spoken too soon.
Yo.
No, I don't think I did. Remember this one, you can hold down the Z button, you go faster. Well, that's hilarious. Okay. Yosh. Grabbing became louder and more resistant, had acquired a metal tint. Ooh, that's funny. Yeah, this game is like, oh, look, it's responsive. But SSX, was it SX Tricky, I think it was? That's the game that I remember, like, people were going, like, really ape for. Yeah, right on the line. Perfect. Alright, so yeah, that was that. But let's see, what do I want to get? Will not be happening. Maybe it was Top Gear Rally, maybe it was. Okay, here we go. Let's get, I think it was, yeah, I think it was Top Gear. I had to pull up a list of, like, racing games for Nintendo 64. Remember, like, one of them being a rally type game. Having a lot of fun with it, but this is, like, memories from, like, 20 plus years ago. So, results may not be, memories may not be accurate. Top Gear Rally. I think, it was Top Gear Rally 2, I think it was the game. But first, I want to make my eyes bleed. Give me a second here, see if I can do this. Game I was talking about a second ago, Tommy Moe's. Just to show it off for a second. I know it's my Nintendo 64, and I'm blaspheming by doing this, but Super Nintendo game. Fighting in the 90s? Yeah. Yeah, this game's gonna murder me. I own this game still, but all that bright white, my light sensitivity, this is gonna be great. I just wanted to play this for a second. Yeah, this is like definition of 90s extreme. Slow down, jump. Keep in mind, I still have my Nintendo 64 controller plugged in, so yeah. We're gonna have fun with this. So you can do snowboard or skiing, we're just gonna do snowboarding. I remember getting pretty fast, but of course it's white on white. Okay, B makes me go. Doing great. So it's like you can barely see like the outline of where you're supposed to be going. Yeah, seems kind of reckless to have all these moguls in a speed track. I mean, you don't see it in the Olympics, like they're trying to like go downhill skiing as fast as they can. Just like, we're gonna put moguls and launch them in the air, destroy their ACLs and their knees. Be hilarious. Yeah! Oh god, my eyes are gonna start bleeding. Yeah, this is the most 90s game than ever 90s. I mean, look at these like neon colors on my guy here. Well, I made it right down to the fork. Pro gamer. No, we're not doing that again. Alright, we're gonna get back to Top Gear. I think it was Top Gear Rally 2 was the game I was thinking of that I had rented long ago and liked. Let's see. Top Gear Rally 2. And this should also support the expansion pack. Okay, expansion pack is on already. Yes, I've been wanting to do like Street Fighter 3 double impact, but my friend wants to play me on Fightcade and he lives in Australia. So it's like, it's gonna be rough, but we want to do a stream like that sometime. He hasn't gotten back to me when that's gonna be. Alright, here we go. Restart, we shall. Just think like James Brown. Yeah, I feel good. Gas brake, e-brake. Cool. Yeah, that flag's not supposed to be moving that speed. Okay. We're not to a good start. Let's put the frame rate back to normal, because it looks like this one's not really liking that a whole lot. See if this helps fix it. Well, I know it's just not like schedule editing, but these also like in University as well. Okay, yeah, so the problem was running 60, it just did not like it. Each car starts separately, and you race against the clock. Best time wins. Press start. Yes.
Caution.
Oh, this tutorial race is great. Drive 20 seconds. Stop. Read a screen. Someone else beat, who started ahead of you, finish the race. We don't know why that's important to you, but we want to make sure you stop and read the text.
Hard left. Hard left. Checkpoint.
Yeah, the mud splatter. I remember being impressed with a lot of things on the car, like with this. Yeah, I ruined my suspension on a turn. I remember like the mud splatter being really cool. The voices for the time too, especially on a cart, were unheard of. So there's also damage too. I'm like, oh, let's try to see if we can do like a drift turn here. I just like go smashing the wall, and your car's like, dude, we're gonna give you like realistic car tuning. We didn't bother to tell you this. I am like locked into this. I can't get out. Like reset. Here we go. Yeah, this is like super simulation, so don't screw up. Those options the same? Yes, they are.
Caution. Hard right. Hard left. Easy right. Checkpoint.
Uh-oh, I gotta get the windshield replaced.
Caution. Easy left. Hard right. Hard right. Easy left. Checkpoint. Easy left. Easy right.
Easy, just like your girlfriend. Ah, it's like, damn it, Daryl. Damn it, Daryl, you're fired.
Easy right. Hard right.
Whoa, okay. That would have been bad.
Hard right.
Still is kind of bad. Trying to correct out of it. You just have to wait for the cars? Okay, there we go. It's like, they better be right behind me. So I remember thinking this game was cool, but I mean, I remember also like just going through and doing the entire seasons, but like I said, we're talking 20 plus years ago, so. Ooh, got decals. I'm gonna do one more race here, and then I'm gonna play a different game. A game that I should be playing all along and haven't done yet for whatever reason. It's one of my favorite racing games, too.
Caution. Hard left.
Yeah, it would have been more fun, but I mean, you have like games like the, was it
Hard
Lotus?
right.
Lotus Challenge. I used to have that. I don't think I have that one anymore. I think I may have sold it years ago. Those are all like, you know, just all Lotus cars, literally, but it's one of those things like you think of like back in the day. I don't think they really anticipated doing like re-releases of like games later on. And it just becomes like a total nightmare for like licensing issues and things like that if you have real cars. I mean, not only do they want the money up front, and they host things like the Gran Turismo series. I mean, they just like, you know, they are just raking Sony over the coal to license all those different cars.
Easy left.
Just had a tire go for no reason. All right, sweet. If only tire changes were that fast in real life, that'd be amazing.
Easy left.
Yeah, cars and I have this kind of weird relationship, as in that I know how to drive them, I know how to break into them, I know how to hotwire them, but I'm just like, hey, what's this car, this type of engine? I'm like, I don't know, it's a vroom vroom type? Yeah.
Easy left.
Cars get me from point A to point B and occasionally point C on the weekends. That's all I know. Yay, but yeah, that's a game. So if you're into rally racing, this game's kind of fun. Wave Race 64, I absolutely love to death. Very early game for the Nintendo 64 as well. I think this was like literally like the third game to come out in the United States. And I even have the Japanese version too.
Wave Race.
Yep, so if anyone has any suggestions for any other racing games I can try or play on the Nintendo 64, please let me know. Always open to suggestions, and there's actually quite a few racing games for Nintendo 64. It's quite surprising.
Select your watercraft, please.
Go Gadget Google! Also, let me know if you're ever seeing like ads being run on my stream. I definitely want to know about that. Because Twitch is starting to run like ads mid-roll for like mid-stream for people, and I I want to know if that's happening to you guys, because that way I can kind of keep track of like the accuracy and so forth. What's kind of weird is like I have like uBlock Origin, and lately when I go like to watch a stream, it will hit me with the ads still for like the first 30 seconds, and then I don't get like midstream ones anymore. But usually the people I watch them also subscribe to, so I don't really know. Yeah, I've seen a couple different fixes for it, but nothing seems to be working. Yeah, people are like, here, add this line into like into uBlock. Add that line in like block Amazon ad server whatever, and it's like still get it. I'm like, okay.
Warm up time. Follow that dolphin.
Right over the dolphin. Yeah, so supposedly this game, for being like a very early Nintendo 64 game, because of the wave physics, actually took up like used around 80% of the 64's power. Alright, we're good.
Wave race.
Select your watercraft, please.
Remember on my cart, like my North American cart, we renamed these characters like Mario, Luigi, like, Mario, like Peach, Luigi, and like Bowser. I think we renamed them just for fun. Yeah, this is one of my favorite racing games for the platform. And I know that they made like a kind of pseudo sequel for the GameCube. It didn't really click with me though. Because I'm a crotchety old man.
3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody behind me. Maximum power.
And then Japan also re-released this game with Rumble Pack support, and they changed a couple different things. I think they took out the Kawasaki different advertisements you have through there, because I know there's a couple different differences between them, between the Japanese version, the American version, like a couple different fixes, ad removals, and then definitely when they did re-release for Rumble support. Oops, let me get powered down. Yep. I remember this is also like around the time that I also got my like first stereo system and hooked it up to my television. So like this soundtrack like just really stuck out for me with like the heavy bass and stuff. It just sounds so much better on a good stereo system. I was like, wow. The 90s were a fun time. They were kind of like a crappy time in my life, but they were also a lot of fun. I mean, it was just kind of like a fun decade in general. It's like I was living in like an abusive household, abusive parent, like abusive dad. I was really stressed out. I was going gray prematurely. It was like I didn't have fun in my personal life, but it's like when I think back on like the different times, like the 90s itself just tended to be fun in general. It's just kind of like carefree. We don't really care. Continuation of the 80s. You know, games were just so amazing. I mean, the 90s was just amazing for video games in general, because you had like anything goes. You went from literally from the Nintendo to the Dreamcast in 10 years. of innovation. It was just it didn't matter what your game was. Everything was accepted. Now everything has to be like battle royale games are popular, so everything has to be a battle royale game. Back then it was like do whatever you want, you know, see what works.
Everybody's behind you.
Hell yeah, my favorite. Space Pirates, best FMV game, one of them, next to Foxhunt, of course. So you're like, man, I want to play that game again. It's like, I just did a playthrough of that like a couple months ago. I should give it a rest. Well, see, I live in what's called Amish country. So we have like, you'll run across people who have like horse and buggies anyway. So it's like, horses making a comeback. Yeah, that's not too uncommon to see them do it. If you're not familiar with who the Amish are, they are a religious sect who shun electricity and modern technology for the most part. So they'll be out there with like their horse-drawn buggies and carriages. Yeah, be careful. Don't get real night too. Gosh, this sounds so familiar. Oh, okay, yeah. I just stopped thinking, was like, that sounds familiar, like, picture in my head. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, FMV games are, like, slowly kind of coming back a little bit. Like, you know, different, like, attempts to it, so there's, what was it, Contradiction. I think Twellis recommended me that game. I have that now, I need to try it out. Gosh, what is it there? There's a couple of them, like Contradiction, Spot the Liar, that's an FMV game. Of course, the famous Press X to Not Die. Oh gosh, there's another one I've downloaded too. Phantasmagoria, that's an old one I have from GOG. What was that game called? Looking through my game list real fast.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race.
There's also one for like the PlayStation 4 that came out. It's like, I just want to get my capture card so I can do all this crazy stuff again. Ripper I want to get going on PC. I heard that's a real bitch to get going. But it's the Christopher Walken FMV game, pseudo FMV puzzle click game, like half mist, half FMV.
Welcome to Drake Lake.
I remember thinking this was also so cool too. It's like you start off with like a foggy lake, it's hard to see, and then like the fog burns off as you go through the race, you know? It's like, it was neat. I mean, since so much innovation, just crazy things you take for granted now these days. For video games, it's like, this is groundbreaking. Also like changing tides and all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, we're gonna put these death trap pillars here that no race would ever sanction. It's like, you go with these speeds, you hit one of those wooden stumps, you're dead. Trust me, I've seen what a body does when it hits a tree from being ejected from a vehicle. It's like there's no way in hell they allow this to happen. Yeah, you're going about a good 100 kilometers an hour. Go right into this tree stuff we're gonna plant. Post here, it'll be great. It'll be hilarious. It'll be like Takashi's Castle, but water-based. And there's also like an SFNV game that's supposed to be. It came out in Japan for the Nintendo Switch. It's supposed to be coming out for PlayStation 4 like around Halloween, which is like October 31st, but then it got delayed. Erica, that's what it is. Erica is the interactive thriller or something. You gotta solve a mystery through FMVs on the PlayStation 4. This guy was rushed to the hospital with internal bleeding. Oh man, so in the American dub version we had of that, it was called Most Extreme Challenge, MXC. And it was just like the most inappropriate, like sexual innuendo jokes just thrown out because they literally just improvised everything. They didn't have a script for the American dub. It was like some of the most hilarious things ever. And they used to stream it every single Monday on Twitch. It's what channel is it? Con TV, CON TV, but I think it's just for North American markets though, like North America, like United States and Canada. So if you have a VPN, you can probably get around it. Maybe they're airing some kind of Japanese drama right now, but yeah, they do that every single Monday, and it's just they do like a marathon of all MXC all day long. It's like, it was hilarious.
Move on to the
Especially since I had seen the original Japanese version, which is like a 3-hour special, and you see like everybody run every single obstacle. It's entertaining at first, and it gets kind of old
Welcome
pretty
to
quickly.
Marine Fortress.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Corn would approve. Let's see.
He's got the rope in hand, and he's going up. A loser. Oh, indeed. Reservation Casino.
Okay, yeah, that's just a terrible clip. Never mind. All right, back to the game. Yeah, I'm blind. Here we go. Resume.
3, 2, 1.
I remember like one of the first early seasons of like MXC, there was like a karaoke contest, like a competition. Like I recorded it. I made sure to record it like onto my computer. I need to shorten up the clip. And the guy sings like one of the most hardcore songs ever. It's amazing. Say, I remember normally clearing that on the second lap. Maybe it's the third. Played after this race. Yep, okay, so it's third lap, you can definitely do it for sure. Oh! What happened? No! Shut up! Bad wave just threw me right out.
points
Okay, here we go. Give me a second. Pause this.
for their respective teams. Not your fan either.
Hey, kicking that cow. Bitch slap dessert.
The Pornster.
Hey, I know this. My
There's Josh Jarrett.
There we go. Yes, this is like the American dub of the show. Just cracks me up so much. Let me switch it over in just a moment. See what the audio's like.
Well done.
Okay, audio doesn't seem too loud, so that should be fine. Just want to make sure it's not blowing out eardrums. Let's see. Desktop, where are you? Here we go. Oh god, listen, I love the American dub of this. It's the best. RetroArch, here we go. Yeah, so you have like just stuff like that all the time, and it turns like they did everything they did was just like completely improv. They'd make up stuff right on the spot. They just a lot of times they make themselves laugh about it. So that's the best kind of like humor. If you can make everybody like laugh and you're trying to keep a straight face, it's great. All right, this puts me.
second and got 4 points. Nice going. Move on to
Oh, I'm
the
still
next
in the lead.
round.
I think the next one's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, this one's a little tricky.
Welcome to Port Blue.
Have a good race. 3, 2, 1. Go! Good. Nice. Let's everybody behind you.
Oh, too sharp. Too sharp. Too tarp. Too tarp. Get back on, come on. Jeez.
You're still in first.
Okay.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Southern Island.
This is the final round. Good luck. 3, 2, 1, go! Good. Good. Wow. Time. No swimming. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay. Maximum power. Keep the pace.
It's like, why is there a killer whale so close to shore?
Seconds ahead.
It's like, I know it thinks you're a seal, just eats you. was, and now I'm like dead last. Oh my god. This is turning amazing. Best race ever. Pro strats. Somehow I didn't get lapped? What? Someone... It's like 5 seconds ahead. It's like, must have been more than that. They're still not even close.
Oh! You did it! You finished first and got 7 points. Great race!
You are a wiener, haha. Alright, hold your fire. Thanks for dropping by. Always good to see you. I'm actually gonna be ending the stream not too much longer, but yeah, so I should be back on Thursday the 8th. In theory, I should have my Elgato replacement supposedly tomorrow. If that's the case, I definitely want to get into getting back and trying some stuff. Got my Switch working, so I might either do a Bayonetta 2 D-Rust, or I might try Astral Chain as part of my, Second Chance series, so we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's supposed to be there tomorrow, but last I checked it's still in California, so I don't think it's going to be coming, but, so if that's the case, if I don't get it by Thursday, then I'll probably be doing Street Fighter 3. We'll probably just do a stream of that. Play all the Street Fighter 3 games, have fun with it. But we'll definitely check it out next time. Have a good one. Stereo! Just a second here, gotta type out a quick message.
Wave race! Three, two, one, go!
Alright, so let's figure out here. I'm thinking what would be a good game for the last game of the night. Played a lot of games already. Some good, some bad. I think we should probably go with a good classic. One game you really can't screw up too bad. Maybe you can, I don't know. It's possible. Anything's possible. I think RetroArts might be trying to crash on me. Oh, nope, didn't crash. Good. It's like, oh, please don't crash. Mario Kart 64. you can't beat this game. It is so amazing. I remember, like, back in the day when this came out, we were talking like 97, it must have been. We had gotten, like, my brother and I bought this at Walmart, and it was before they had, like, their computer systems tied into the register, so you had, like, release dates. This is a different core. So you'd have, like, release dates, basically, like, they were just nebulous. So we actually managed to buy this game like 2 weeks before it came out, and they only had like one copy. We managed to snag it. Like, for whatever reason, they sold it. They had it out. We grabbed it, but then we later learned that, like, oh yeah, this game doesn't come out for another 2 weeks. So my brother and I, we just played the hell out of this. My friends would come over and play with it, and so many great memories. Options. Memory card. 4 times resolution. We're gonna up that. Screwing out something here. Frame rate. We'll keep it original. Should be fine.
Welcome to Mario Kart.
There we go. That's the proper resolution.
Welcome to Mario Kart. Mario Grand Prix.
Do 150cc, the fastest. We're gonna pick some Yoshi in honor of Carmen, her favorite character.
Select map.
I'll just stick with the Mushroom Cup. So this one has an emulation problem. I think like some of the newer cores, not the Parallel core, but like the Mupin cores, I think fixed it. Right before you come into like a tunnel, there's like this large television display. It's supposed to be showing like you racing up on it. I think that this core doesn't do that properly. I think it's just gonna show like a black screen. Okay, now I know what the button was. I was like holding down Z. I'm like, no, that's not it. We'll try this one more time.
Mario Grand Prix. Select your player.
Yoshi.
Select map.
Alright, here we go. Mushroom Cup. Wrong button. Oh my gosh, it's like, it's the last game of the night. I'm just like screwing everything up. As is customary on my stream, something has to go wrong. And of course, things do. Just minor things. Nothing too bad. Got the speed boost and went right into everybody. Alright. R's hop. Game's rubber banding. No, actually, they got it working. I'm surprised. Okay, so yeah, that screen is actually accurate up there. That's awesome, because like for the longest time, it did not emulate it correctly. Oh, I was pretty sure I was gonna get him. And Bowser is just relentless. I mean, it is the hardest difficulty, so can't be too surprised, man. I am just all over the place. There we go. See, now let's see who's behind me. Yeah, it's like, I just remember like the game being faster, but I haven't played like 150cc in a while. But yeah, it's like drivers are more aggressive. The rubber banding in this game is legendary. Somebody actually went through and took a look, like actually modified the code to prove that like the game will literally cheat, because like I had like the speedometer up for a while. And it's like they put that on there, and like they went to the computer, like when they're in front, you can see like all of a sudden it goes like a 20 to 25 kilometer per hour boost for the computer players to catch up to you. It's like the Mario Kart games literally do cheat, which is insane. I mean, it's not like I think it's happening. It's like it's programmed in. All right, next race. Oh, of course, managed to snag one right on the first hit. Yeah, technically Bowser is the fastest, but of course he's like hardest to handle. Slow acceleration. Wow, what in the world? We both got caught up on that. Oh, I boffed that lineup. I was like, yes, I got the golden mushroom. I can get out there and get that skip. No, I cannot. Oh, screw that. Oh, why'd that almost come back to me? And in the water, yeah. I am doing amazing. Of course, I'm having fun though, because it's like, you used to like playing this game after a while and don't really have much of a challenge. All of a sudden you put on this mode and the computer is insane. It's like, yeah, it's time. Really, game? Oh, lame. It's like, maybe I can beat it? No, not quite. It ate all my turtle shells, really? On that flipping Bowser. Literally, it was flipping around the air. So you kept trying to banana peel me. I knew what she was trying to do. Wow, I expertly missed everything. Good job, Peach. Oh, I might get hit by the train on this one. Nope. Wow, that was like expertly hit, and I ain't even mad about that one. Unless the game spawned it there magically. Yeah, Toad is like way out there. There's no way I'm catching him unless he gets hit by a train or something. Or maybe not. Got taken up by banana peel. Think I can beat the train? Just barely. Overall, still good. Okay. Oh, that was the last one. I couldn't remember if that was the last one for the circuit or not. Sweet. So yeah, this is another game I own, Japanese version. I love collecting. I want more. But I love collecting for the Japanese Nintendo 64 because it's actually easier to get a lot of the boxes for, and they're really great condition. mean, it's like I have a copy of Bomberman 64 and Mario Kart. Actually, like even like Shadows of the Empire in Japanese, and they're like immaculate. It's amazing. And of course, American versions. I mean, I don't have too many complete in box. So I got Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Jet Force Gemini, which cramped the hell out of my hands playing. Star Wars, Shadow of the Empire, Last Core. So I'm terrible at. My brother like platinumed or whatever that game is, like the highest medals you can get. He 100%ed that game. He was amazing at it. I always got screwed up trying to do that spinny like back dozer thing, the whiplash, what it was called, where you had to like spin the dump truck around to hit everything because the back end was armored but destroyed buildings. Could never get the hang of that. My brother's just like, no problem, just zipping through. All right, but for now. We've reached the end of the stream, so I definitely want to thank everybody for hanging out. It was a really awesome stream. I had fun. We wanted to do this for a while ago, so shout-outs to the BK Swagmire. I don't know if I got you last time on the stream when you followed there. Hold Your Fire, and Fico, and anybody else who was here. Ronnie, can't forget Ronnie. Anyone else lurking, you guys are always cool. Lurkers are always welcomed on my stream. Of course, if there's any type of problems, just let me know, audio, visual, and I'll be more than happy to fix it. Never be afraid to speak up, and you can go back to lurking. It's perfectly fine. I normally stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know when that is, just type that into Google, and it'll tell you for wherever you are in the world. Also, keep an eye on my Twitter at Wursel555. So that way, if you, you'll know exactly what's going on. If I cancel for whatever reason, something life-related comes up, or if I'm not feeling too well, you'll know there ahead of time. And usually about 2 or 3 hours in advance, I'll post up what I'll be playing for sure. So right now, I am not sure if I'll be getting my Elgato back or not, because the next stream is going to be on Thursday the 8th. Let me take a look. I'm pulling up my email real quick that has a tracking number. It's supposed to be, my replacement Elgato is supposed to be here tomorrow. So we'll see. Shipping progress. Oh, it's actually in Pennsylvania right now, so it just literally got clocked in about 20 minutes ago. So I might actually be getting it tomorrow. So if that's the case, I'm thinking for Thursday's stream, might be going through and either doing a Bayonetta 2 derust on the Switch itself, or I might play some second chance games and do Astral Chain, which is actually a game I bought when it came out last year. I wasn't happy with it, but a year's gone by. I'm willing to give it another shot, see if my feelings have kind of improved on it or not. So it's either going to be a Bayonetta 2 derust or Astral Chain if I get my Elgato. If I don't, then I'm thinking about doing Street Fighter night. Playing all the Street Fighter 3 series, like Street Fighter 3, of course, which was just called 3. It was really weird. Second Impact, Third Strike. Then maybe play some also one of my favorite jankiest Street Fighter games ever made. Street Fighter, the movie, the arcade game. I still want to own an actual cabinet of that machine so bad. I really want. I love it. It's so janky, and it's kind of funny that people are kind of waking up that, like, yeah, this game's broken, but it's fun because it's so busted. And then maybe do some Street Fighter EX. We'll do like a Street Fighter night. We'll have some fun with that. So keep an eye on my Twitter. You'll know for sure when the time comes. But thanks for hanging out, and I hope I see you guys next time. Have a good one.